I've been asked to read a letter that my neighbor wrote, Steve Bloom, on Lincoln Avenue. He couldn't be here tonight. October 22nd, 2014, to the Planning Board. To hear David Williams and Kyle Wilson tell it, they're just two civic-minded, ecologically concerned citizens constructing their handsome edifice at 1 East Pleasant Street out of the pure goodness of their hearts. They want to bring young professionals, retirees, families, as well as students to live downtown. Their future tenants won't need parking spaces because they won't drive cars. It's all good for the good of the environment, don't you know? They're going to bring 3 brand new businesses to downtown, even though they're evicting 10 existing businesses to do it. Archipelago Investments, LLC, is looking out for the best interests of Amherst, even if the simple residents of Amherst aren't smart enough to realize it. Their presentation was disingenuous at best, duplicitous at worst. Because if it looks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's a duck. And if you can put a mural, lipstick, on a pig, it's still a pig. 1 East Pleasant Street, as proposed, is an unimaginative, oversized student warehouse. It is a cold-blooded, profit-driven business, cynically conceived and designed without the slightest regard to the aesthetics or scale of its immediate surroundings to yield the absolute maximum revenue it possibly can. Look at the floor plans. Where are the amenities, the master bedroom suites, the layouts which permit privacy, the exercise facilities to attract the young professionals, the retirees, the families? There are none. Instead, there are tiny apartments jammed with rows of even tinier bedrooms, the size and dimension of cemetery plots. The exterior looks like it belongs in an office park, totally out of keeping with the rest of our besieged yet still thankfully charming New England town. I'm all for free enterprise. David Williams and Kyle Wilson are entitled to a return on their investment, and there's no accounting for taste or the lack of it. But David Williams and Kyle Wilson are not entitled to have the town of Amherst abet their greed. Yes, greed. The thing's a block long. Does it really have to be 5 stories tall when the rest of the town is 3? 4's bad enough when they claim they are entitled to that by right, by perverting the spirit of the bylaw, which was only recently amended to allow that height, specifically so roofs could be sloped for snow runoff. Why do they need the extra lot coverage for anything other than to increase their already hefty profit margin? If 4 stories and 70% lot coverage are too onerous for David Williams and Kyle Wilson to turn a decent dollar, other developers will surely come along. These days, there seems to be no dearth of them. With already overwhelmed, undermanned police and fire departments, a concentration of excessive student housing downtown is asking for trouble. With the already acute parking shortage, does it really make sense to allow an entire extra level of units without appropriate corresponding parking? Especially with David Williams and Kyle Wilson's other in-process contribution to downtown, Kendrick Place, as in the place with 120 residents and 4 parking spaces? How is that good for any business other than David Williams and Kyle Wilson's? Contrary to what too many in positions of responsibility seem to believe, the interests of the town of Amherst and Archipelago Investments are not, in fact, one and the same. No more waivers, no more sweetheart deals for Archipelago. Respectfully, Steve Bloom, Town Meeting Member, Precinct 10.
Thank you, Ms. Wilder. Yes, in the blue.
Excuse me.
Oh, Ms. Brestrup.